So you've stockpiled food and water and supplies. You're trained in self-defense. And perhaps you even have a secret bug-out location or even a bunker. You're confident. You're ready for any disaster. And you really pity those who aren't as prepared as you. But what if I told you all your preparations just may not be enough? So being a prepper could give you a false sense of security and a feeling of superiority over those who don't prep. But realistically, you can never prepare for all the things that could happen. But being a prepper can give you the illusion that you are in complete control. But having all that stuff, that's just one part of preparedness. I once heard another prepping channel say that a homeless person is probably more prepared for most disasters than an actual prepper. Preppers very often rely on stuff, be it food and water and supplies, whereas homeless people have to survive basically on their street knowledge. Many homeless people have the resilience and the adaptability to develop critical survival skills. They don't have a bug-out cabin, but they might have to create their own outdoor shelter, and it's using things that they find in the trash or that they scavenge, such as cardboard boxes, newspaper for insulation, and garbage bags for water protection. But they develop the necessary strategies to cool down their body enough in the summer and to keep their internal body temperature warm enough in the winter to survive. They also are great at the gray man technique, right? They navigate their urban environment, and most people don't even want to look at them, let alone notice them. They are your ultimate gray men or gray women, and they're skilled at urban foraging for food and supplies. And they often develop a network with other homeless people as a survival community. And this sense of community and mutual aid can be crucial in an emergency. And their experiences help create kind of an emotional resilience, which is great in any kind of disaster or emergency. These are skills that homeless people have developed out of necessity, and they could be ready to be used like that from an emergency or disaster. Whereas often preppers would have to learn them on the spot. So yes, skills are important as well as supplies. I mean, can you build a shelter that would keep you warm in 0-degree weather? Can you build a fire when it's raining or snowing? And do you know how to forage for food around where you live? I kind of laugh at that last one because when I make any foraging videos, those are probably one of my lowest viewed videos. I'll make them about foraging wild apples out near us or picking mushrooms or fungi, various things that I can find in my neighborhood. It might be that I found a new hazelnut tree or black walnut tree, and I show you how to actually bring those nuts home and to preserve them long term. But most people not really interested in learning foraging, yet these could be essential skills depending on what happens. Mental preparation is also a key to survival. Now, many of us preppers can't live with the idea of chaos and that nobody is in control of an event because we are ultimately control freaks. So a lot of times there's conspiracies that it's so-and-so's fault or the Illuminati or whatever because we can't deal with it. Just sometimes happens. I think for many, having an evil villain to blame is more comforting than just knowing that you and the rest of the humanity is powerless in certain events. But I can just tell you that one minute everything is going great, and then out of the blue, something happens and your whole world comes crashing down. You know, your house might burn in a fire and then there goes all your stuff. And even worse, a family member might die in that fire, or your significant other leaves you, or you get a terminal illness. These events are completely, well, maybe not the significant other, out of your control, and none of your preps will be helpful. Except if you did purchase the right type of replacement insurance that will cover replacing your preps if you do have a fire. But what I'm basically saying, stuff important, but it can be gone overnight. So I urge you to help prepare for the unexpected by fostering mental skills of adaptability, problem solving, and resilience. You know, I often play what I call the what if game. You know, what if this happens? How would I survive? What preps do I need? What skills do I need? It really helps add to my mental preparedness. Well, I guess I should introduce myself. Hi, I'm Prepper Potpourri, and I've been making survival, emergency preparedness, food preservation, and gardening videos, and cooking videos for over a decade on YouTube. So I hope you like this video and you will hit the subscribe button and the notification button. I really appreciate it. Now, let me tell you about a very recent example. My husband and I are going on a 16-day cruise. It is going to we leave from New York and we go up to Halifax, and then we go to Iceland for a couple days, and then across the Atlantic to Ireland, and we see both Belfast and County Cork, and then down to Normandy, France, another place, I think it's Portsmouth in England, and then fly home from London. I mean, a dream trip, something we paid for last fall. We've been really, really looking forward to it. Now, I did my what ifs for this trip. Believe me, I have a long packing list to make sure I get everything, because we do carry on, which means every item has to count, kind of like your bug out bag. And I guess we are bugging out just for 16 days on a cruise ship. And with that what ifs, I'm planning, okay, what if something happens to our pets, our livestock, my garden? You know, my oldest son will be house sitting and taking care of all that, and I have to make sure I have all the instructions for him so everything is taken care of. So I'm doing all this and thinking, I'm prepared. God, this is going to be fun, right? And then just a little over a week ago, an employee that has worked for me on and off for almost 30 years was working on that Thursday. We knew she had physical problems, but she dealt with them. And she came in and that Thursday morning and said, I think this will be my last day. I think my body's shutting down. And at first you're kind of like, what? Anyway, she worked till 3 o'clock. She was in hospice the next day, and she died only a week later. So here is staff, myself, dealing with grief, but at the same time, she was a key employee. How do we cover all of this when I am going to be gone for 3 weeks? So all of a sudden, something that wasn't on my supply list is my laptop. And I have to make sure I have all the software so I can do what I can from the cruise ship and buy the expensive internet package, which I think is like $350 or something ridiculous. Anyway, do as much. Hire a person that really has no skills, but get them started. I mean, it has been terrible. Whereas I was working part-time, I've been working much more than full-time and unable to often sleep at night because, I'm just really, really worried. What will happen? This was definitely not something I planned. And it wasn't in my what ifs. I never even thought about work because, I went part-time last summer. I have very loyal, capable staff, everything was going great. So now I have a working cruise, and you know what? I always have the belief that somehow we get through everything, and going through experiences make us more resilient. But this is just a personal one, a little mini disaster emergency for me that I had not considered. And those type of things, they will happen to you. You can think you've got all your bases covered, and something comes out of nowhere, and boom, you're in crisis. So I just want to relate that being a prepper is more than just about accumulating stuff. It really requires a deep understanding of different survival skills, mental resilience, and adaptability. Qualities that are essential for helping you get through that unexpected emergency. No matter how much physical preparation you have, you can never be prepared for what life might throw at you. So I want you all to rethink how to prepare, when you can, for the unexpected. Start by enhancing your adaptability and problem-solving skills. Engage in that what-if game. It really can help plan out alternative solutions, and it will help strengthen your mental readiness. So just consider the unpredictability that we discussed today. Are you truly prepared to adapt? And please join the conversation below. Share your thoughts and experiences, and maybe what unexpected things happened to you and how you adapted to them. Because by sharing, we help share our knowledge and help other people prepare for the unexpected. Just remember, life doesn't adhere to our plan. It's full of unexpected twists and turns. Embrace flexibility and adaptability. It will not only make you a better prepper, but a better person who's more resilient even to the everyday emergencies. Stay prepared, stay adaptable, and above all, stay aware that we can never fully predict what tomorrow will bring. As always, share the knowledge, and thanks so much for watching this. I want to state that I made this video on April 21st, and actually we left for our cruise on April 25th. And you probably won't be seeing it, or at least it won't be posted until that Tuesday, which I think is April 30th. And by then, I should be in the middle of, I think, the transatlantic. Wish me luck.